normally what you're told is that by mixing red, blue and yellow, you can obtain all the colors you need. And this is true up to a certain point. When I first started painting, I would see a vibrant purple color, for example, and I tried to reproduce it by mixing red and blue. And instead of that brilliant purple, I would get a muddy, murky sort of purple color. Not the brilliant purple that I was looking for. And I can show you an example of this. So this is an example of what used to happen sometimes before I knew about the color bias and before I knew really nothing about color mixing. So I would pick like a red color, for example, quinacridone red. So that's this one here. Let's pick up a bit of color. And then I will mix it with a blue to make a purple. So, but I would choose any old blue. So let's see, let's get this one here, the Winsor Blue green shade. And maybe I put too much blue in here. Let's put a little bit more red. And then I will make this sort of purple. So as you can see, it's not, very luminous. It's kind of a dark, sort of murky kind of mix. Instead, if we know about color bias, we can pick up the right red and blue. So if I use a cool red, let's use quinacridone magenta. Let's pick a bit more. So let's use this one here. And then a warm blue, I'm going to use French ultramarine. And mix it here. Then we'll have a more luminous purple. Hopefully you can see the difference in the video, because sometimes the colors are a bit changed, but I think you can see that this mix here with the wrong bias, you get, I keep saying wrong, but you might need that sort of color. For example, if you're looking for a shadow color in a landscape painting, but if you want a luminous purple, then that's the right mix. So I use the cool red and a warm blue. And don't worry, I'm going to talk about this and give you some material that you can read and you can have a look. You don't have to memorize everything or take copious notes. You can take the notes, of course, if you want to, but I will go more in depth, but this is just an example. So just to review what a primary color is, it's a color that cannot be obtained from mixing any other color. So no two colors will give you yellow or blue or red. Although if you mix a magenta color, such as quinacridone magenta, and a cool yellow, you can get actually a red color. And let's see an example of that. So here I'm just adding the quinacridone magenta, just as it is on the page, to show you the difference when I mix with the yellow, and it will give us a red. This was Windsor lemon, so this gives us quite a dark red, as you can see here. It's quite dark. And then I'm making another mix again with the magenta, and this time I'm going to put Hansa yellow in the mix. It's another cool yellow, but it's different, slightly different from the other one, and you will get a different red, which in this case is a bit more bright, as you can see here. And then I can add a bit more yellow and red, make the color even brighter. So the real primaries are actually magenta, cyan, and yellow. And if you think about it, it's like the CMYK system used by the printers. Only in this case, we don't have the K, which represents the black color. We only have the CMY. So what is a split primary system and why do we need it? In this type of system, we have a warm and a cool version of each of the three primaries. So there is a cool and a warm yellow, a cool and a warm red, and the same for blue. Now, with these three paints, it is possible to mix a huge variety of colors. I do use different cool and warm yellows, blues, and reds for my botanical painting, so you don't have to stick to just one set of cool and warm colors. But if you're just starting out and you want to limit your colors, then understanding how the split primary system works will save you a lot of money because you can start off with just 6 paints. Besides, using a limited palette will improve the color harmony of your paintings because all the colors will have been mixed by the same starting set of paints. And this is actually why many artists use a limited palette. So learn how this system works and your color mixing will improve so much. And in the next lesson, I will explain more in depth how this system works.